Hello my friends, welcome to Reddit Rabbit. Before we start, catch the rabbit at the bottom right corner, smash that subscribe button and leave a comment. r/todayilearned. Today I learned Matt Groening named his show The Simpsons because he thought it was funny to have the word simp, short for simpleton, in their name. Funny that, because growing up, my dad always called it the simpletons. Your dad knew. He also knew what you were doing in the bathroom with the water always running. Lather, rinse, repeat. Always repeat. That's what TV taught me when I wasn't jerking it. Watch the very opening of the show. When the Simpsons comes out of the clouds, there's a second or two when Ons is behind a cloud, so all that's visible is the simps. Ned dropped the simp insult in Dead Pudding Society, but Homer didn't grasp what he was saying. Homer. Hey, Flanders, it's no use praying. I already did the same thing. And we can't both win, Ned. Actually, simp son, we were praying that no one gets hurt, Homer. Oh, well, Flanders, it doesn't matter. This time tomorrow you'll be wearing high heels. I never realized that either. I thought he was just irritatingly saying the name. I guess we're just a couple of simps. I've seen an awful lot of people use the word simp lately. Is that the new cuck? A word people will say until it's so worn out, misused, and people are so tired of it they'll ignore you if you even say it. If you want to stay ahead of the curve, find an old time word and then only use its first syllable. Whoa, that rule works for a few things. Marge's hair is tall because it was originally meant to conceal her rabbit ears. Krusty the Clown looks like Homer because it was originally meant to be his alter ego. Bart hates his dad, but Krusty is his hero. It could have worked with the earlier, more character-driven episodes. Show was supposed to end with Bart finding out his father was Krusty the Clown, but that would have required the show to end. They'll never stop The Simpsons. Groening related. Before The Simpsons, when he was just a weird artist, Apple hired him for an advertisement booklet on the classic Mac. Late 80s, I happened to pick up the brochure at the Student Life building at my college, because at the time I was learning the Mac and IQ his art from an underground newspaper. Still have it with some college papers. He didn't use Simpson characters, but those crazy hybrid bunnies that was earlier. I have one of these as well. My uncle sent me his last year in the mail for some reason. So the Simpsons font must be his handwriting hug. He also named most of the characters in the first few seasons after streets in Portland, where he grew up. It was always on my mind in the Alphabet District. Flanders, Kearney, Quimby. Pass by the abortion clinic and ever-present protesters up Lovejoy into the West Hills. Terwilliger Boulevard always made me laugh. Terwilliger works on two levels. It's both the name of a street and is close to Terwilliger, the surname of the villain from one of Groening's favorite films, The 5,000 Fingers of Dr. T, written by Dr. Seuss. Dr. Terwilliger was the inspiration for Sideshow Bob and the Robot Devil in Futurama. In the episode Bart Mangled Banner, the family gets kicked out of the US, but sneak back in as immigrants on a boat to Staten Island, like in the early 1900s, and the immigration officer asks name? Simpson. From now on you're the Simps. He's an actual time traveler using simp before it was cool. Have you not been paying attention to this time traveling demon until now? I have, and he laughed when I said Corona was the biggest story of 2020, and not the meteor. Come again? Don't mind if I do. Sounds like somebody was going down a recent trendy word rabbit hole. Son of a simp is my new insult. Call you Homer, because you a simp. Son. Bars. Bart was a simp's son, right? Simpleton? I thought it meant squirrels in my pants. He was ahead of the curve. Guess it's my time to shine. Reading this as I watch the one where Lisa makes new friends at the beach. Commercials now, but Bart about to show them Lisa's school yearbook. I got grounded once for renting the video game on my Nintendo. Groening also received a foot massage on Epstein's jet. He also used his family's names for all the characters except himself, named Ms. Crabapple that, because it looks like crab apple, and used his initials to draw Homer's facial features. Did you also learn he was a buddy of Jeffrey Epstein? No. It is funny. Well done, Matt. When I first started seeing that word on this site, I thought for sure it was short for simpleton and people were just calling each other really stupid. He also decided to make their skin color yellow because, back in the 80s, people would literally channel surf to find shows. There was no guide or anything like that. He said the yellow skin would cause people to stop on that channel and see what was going on. Did you look up Simp today or did you look up The Simpsons today? I'm fascinated about how you came to this article. Can someone source Groening saying this? Because the gaming retards have started saying simp recently and not one person I know ever heard the word simp in the late 80s. Didn't Matt Groening used to get foot massages from underage girls on Epstein's plane? And it's funny, because my last name is actually Simpson. Aha, isn't that so funny? Aha. Aha. Ha. Simpson. A. Little did he know, Simp was going to get an upheaval in 2020. I guess he can't predict everything. Or maybe he did. Or not, I dunno. It's a good thing he had a team of talented writers. Shame for the Simps. D. Pretty much all the characters' last names are streets in Portland, or where Groening is from. Simpson Street is one of them. People treat simp like it's a new word, but in Baby Got Back there's the line "Lotta simps wouldn't like this song unless I misheard it." This is why I don't like why the internet made White Knight into simp. Simp will forever make me think simpleton and not what they made it into. And for the edgerals, simps are something else now. I thought that was obvious, lol. I was going to say that as a real life Simpson I feel attacked, then I thought about it, my family. Yeah, fair assessment. And he's a time traveler. This guy is something else. r/simps. He also named the family members after those of his own except Bart. He figured naming him Matt Simpson would be too on the nose, so he called him Brat with 2 letters switched. When it came time for Grandpa to be named, he didn't want to redo that same laziness, so he pawned that task off on his writers. They picked his grandpa's name anyway. The new use of simp is a sad, caveman attempt at language. Yup, that tracks with the extent of his ability to be funny. Most parents know why our teen takes an unusually long shower. So you are telling me the word simp is way older than I ever thought? I've never been a huge fan of The Simpsons, but it just occurred to me that they're all pretty stupid other than Lisa and the baby. It doesn't come across like knuckle-dragging idiot humor like Family Guy though. I wonder why that is. Oh, how the turntables have tabled. If only he knew what a simp meant. No. Idiots. Trump will sweep the election. Quite. Is it just me, or have The Simpsons started getting watchable again? He also got a foot massage from an underage girl on Jeffrey Epstein's plane. And that's just what we know about who knows what else he did. Today I learned Matt Groening is a pedo. In the show Frasier and Niles calling each other simps was a constant. Coincidentally, they both had recurring roles in The Simpsons as sideshow Bob and Mel respectively. There is so much fake information in this thread, it's killing me. My animation professor worked for Matt Groening for seasons 8 and 9. Several of Matt Groening's works have become longest running American animated television series. For comparison, the longest ones are. I too thought the show was about a bunch of weak tricks. Little did they know they were making fun of the caricature of the American family, mocking your relatives right in your very living room every evening. Hey, It's also a street name here in Portland, just like Lovejoy and Flanders and Van Houten and Burns. I guess, he's a little funny. Probably saw this trend in the future and was made it the icing on the cake. I've been simping my whole life. r/simpler flips. Oh. Is that how people are using simp now? That makes a lot of sense. Simps has always meant something else, because of that subreddit. The Simpsons. He also made them all yellow so that first time viewers would think something's wrong with their TV screen. That makes the woke storylines make more sense.